Hello everyone and welcome as we present the 2012 edition of City TV and City TV Sports High School Football. Alongside me is Miko Bursage. On the field we have Fred Perry and I'm Bennett Oliver. And tonight we have a county rivalry as we present the Chapel Hill Panthers against the Douglas County Tigers. And Miko, what a night for football.
Oh, tonight's a beautiful night. The sun's starting to fall behind the trees. You got beautiful weather. The fans are excited. The coaches are excited. It's a great day for football.
And it's a big county rivalry as Chapel Hill and Douglas County take on each other. And I know everybody's excited. Fred, what does it look like on the field?
Excellent conditions down here on the field. Bennett got a different view vantage point from down here. The field is well manicured. The weather is excellent. Sun is going down just a bit, so we're looking for a really good competitive game tonight.
And Miko, as we talk about these two teams, we talk about a county rivalry, and this hasn't been much of a rivalry because Douglas County has defeated Chapel Hill the last 8 meetings. But last year, Chapel Hill upset them 21-20 in a very close ball game. They came back to beat them right at the last of the game. So I would think that Douglas County probably has a little revenge coming tonight.
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. And it was on the same exact field. I believe that this rivalry is being renewed because we have new coaching staffs on both sides.
That's right. Chapel Hill and Douglas County hired new coaches this year. Very successful coaches, I would say. Douglas County hiring Jason Respert. He has coached at Warner Robins Northside for several years, played his college ball at the University of Tennessee. A very impressive resume. And Chapel Hill hiring Jeff Pastrick, which played his college ball at Texas State University. From then on he went and coached in Texas for several years, but he wound up at McEachern High School here in Powder Springs where he coached for 4 years, and they went to the state playoffs for 3 years. So very good resumes for both these coaches, and I know that Dr. Pritz with Douglas County School System is looking forward for both these coaches taking these programs to the next level. So looks like we've got the coin toss, and we are about to get set to get underway here for this 2012 county football season. So let's buckle down here and wait for the kickoff.
Well, it looks like the Chapel Hill Panthers are receiving the kickoff to start the game. So we'll go ahead with their offensive scheme. They are led by quarterback Brent Roberts. He's a senior. And speaking to the coach before the game, they run as what you call a pistol formation. It's an abbreviated version of the shotgun, from what I understand. Typically in the shotgun, the quarterback's around 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, where now he's about 4 to 5 yards. So more of an option scheme.
Yeah, it kind of comes out of the Wildcat formation that we see a lot of colleges running now. You very rarely see the old Notre Dame box or full backfield anymore. All these high school teams are going to spread offense, fast-moving offenses, and trying to put some numbers on the board. They've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now. Some of them successfully and some of them not, but we'll see. I know when we talk about Douglas County's offense, when they get the ball, they run the spread offense also, but it's very difficult. You've got to have the players, first of all, to do it. A lot of high schools don't have the players that can run the offenses, and they have to go to these high-powered offenses, but we'll see how it works out here tonight for Coach Pastrick.
Bennett, if I might add, I'm excited about seeing what that spread offense is going to look like. Myself, I like a speed and a athleticism type of game versus the power. So I'm looking forward to what Douglas County is going to put out on this field today. It's going to be interesting to see what Chapel Hill brings. This is a team that somewhat of an enigma. Like you said, both team has new coaches, so they're going to be out to prove something. This is the game to prove it. Inter-county rival, and again, I'm just looking forward to what Douglas County is going to put out there. See if they have the speed and the players, like you said, to run that type of offense.
Yeah, and one thing that jumps out to me is the number of players on each sideline. Chapel Hill dropped down to 3A classification in the state of Georgia. Douglas County moved up to the 6A classification. So just looking at the number of players standing on the sidelines, Douglas County has more athletes standing on the sidelines. Chapel Hill, they don't have a lot of players, so we'll see how that plays in, especially when you go deep into the lineups, when you go in the fourth quarter, how that plays into the game.
Yeah. Especially under these conditions when it's really warm outside. Third, fourth quarter, you start seeing fatigue, and we'll see.
Yeah, we're still in the high 80s right now. It's supposed to go down in the low 80s, but it certainly will play a factor. Now, the kicker for Douglas County, he's a junior now. We saw him kick a 51-yard field goal as a freshman, which wasn't the longest field goal in Douglas County history, but we looked it up. It was worth looking up. Our engineer, Steve Jones, here beside me, looked it up, and we thought it would be the longest, but it wasn't. But he is certainly matured. He's a big kid. We thought they'd move him to linebacker at some point, but he's hanging in there as just the kicker, and he's doing a great job. They had their scrimmage game last weekend against Carrollton, which was the number 3 team in the state, and they did very well. They hung in there with them for 4 quarters, and I think every one of his kicks went out of the end zone. None of them were returned, so we'll see how that plays in to this game on this kickoff. Juan Cerna is his name, and he is a junior. So here we go for the 2012 Douglas County High School season.
Back deep to receive is defensive back Trey Owens and MJ Rookard.
And as advertised, he kicked it about 7 yards deep, so you cannot return a kickoff in the end zone in high school football, so we'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Chapel Hills has a senior quarterback, Brett Roberts. He's number 13. And they're going to drop into the, as Miko explained, the pistol offense. Quarterback's about 3 yards deep with a running back right behind him and 3 receivers spread out. Douglas County's in their 4-3 defense.
Quick pass. Takes it outside for about a 10-yard gain. Now, they did this a lot last year. They really didn't hand the ball off. There was no pitches. I think they did have a couple of halfback tosses last year. It didn't work for them, and they stuck with the scheme of the short passes, trying to take the ball outside and shake a tackle.
Yeah, looks like he gained about 9 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 1. Same formation. Roberts takes a snap, direct handoff, and he's going to have the first down. So the first down of this 2012 season for Chapel Hill. And the running back number 21, Trey Mitchell. He's going to be handling the ball most of the game. He's a senior also for Chapel Hill.
So you already recorded your first down of the season. The nerves are gone and out of the way. Now you're ready to play some football.
Bennett, you missed it earlier that there were 6 and a 3A. Look at the size difference on these players. Douglas County clearly has a size difference.
Well, I read an article this week. One thing that Jeff Pastrick did, first thing he did when he got here, and one of his hobbies among golf is weightlifting. But the first thing he did was get these kids into the weight room when he took over, and he wanted to put a little size on them. But I do agree, though. There is a little bit of size difference between Chapel Hill and Douglas County.
2nd and 1 for the Panthers.
That was a good 8-yard completion to Maurice Davis from quarterback Brett Roberts.
Yeah, the buy on Brett Roberts is that he has not a strong arm as far as going deep, but he's very accurate with the short passes.
Little misdirection play, good for another first down for the Panthers.
Yep, that's Trey Mitchell. Little misdirection play. It looks like quarterback Brett Roberts comes to the sidelines each time to get the play from the offensive coordinator. So Chapel Hill racking up some yardage here early in the first quarter.
Consistent with the pistol formation, another short pass.
Yeah, it looks like the receiver, that's Jeremiah Bridges. hit him right between the numbers. He just dropped it. Like he started running before he caught the ball.
On coverage for the Tigers, number 10, Jermaine Burrows Jr.
It was a great job by the defensive back for the Douglas County Tigers, sniffing out the short pass, going full speed with a head of steam, trying to make the tackle.
Yeah, and they did have 2 receivers over there and 1 cover guy that time, so that if he had caught that ball, he had some daylight. Same thing. The
Got a cover guy is playing a little bit off of him. He must have some speed. That
yeah,
number,
about 17
Yeah,
yards.
he's a couple yards deep there.
So they need to keep their eye on number 6, Jeremiah Bridges. A quick pass to him could be.
Yeah, if you're going to give him 17-yard cushion, he can definitely do some damage
Yeah.
if he's got any speed at all.
There's plenty of daylight.
Brings up at 3rd down and long 8.
All right, so the first 3rd and 8 for Chapel Hill. Let's see what they've got in the playbook here.
Another misdirection, takes it inside.
Looks like he's going to pick up about 2 yards. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 5. And Chapel Hill is going to be forced to punt.
Brings up a 4th down and 6.
Looks like Anthony Garner, one of the running backs for Douglas County, is going to go back to receive the punt.
You need y'all to move the truck. Back it up a little bit, okay?
And it looks like
Going back deep to kicks, number 34, Danny Williams.
Danny Williams will be doing the kicking chores for Chapel Hill. He's standing about his 38-yard line.
24, Anthony Garner.
Anthony Garner, one of the senior running backs for Douglas County. He's just going to kind of kick it toward the corner.
Let's go, Blackbird!
Shakes one tackle.
He steps out of the bounds about the 36-yard line. It's like a return of about 27 yards.
About a 27-yard return. That was a great return. He could have easily been tackled down about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I talked to the coaches at Douglas County, and they said that they felt like they would have a big advantage in the kicking game on both sides of the ball this weekend. So, especially with Juan Cerna doing the kicking for Douglas County, but in all aspects of the kicking game, they said that Chapel Hill kind of struggled last weekend. So we kind of saw a little bit of it there with a 27-yard return.
So we're ready for Ellis Richardson to take his first snap as a senior.
Yep, Ellis Richardson, he's a senior. He's 6'3", 230 pounds. Could be a Division I prospect. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got a really strong arm, multi-talented. The Douglas County coaches were really raving about him, Fred. I think he's going to be I think he's going to play some college ball if he has a good senior year.
Let's see what he can do. I'm also looking at this number 88 here, this Ishmael guy. He has a lot of size over here. This might be a prime target for him.
Yeah, you can see the speed. That's Anthony Graves. He's a senior. They got a flag on the play here back at the line of scrimmage. It's probably going to come back.
So tonight's offense for Douglas County High School, they're running the spread offense, and their idea is to get the ball outside to utilize the speed.
Absolutely. I talked to Charles Thomas earlier in the week, and that's their plan. And this is got a holding call on Douglas County. This is kind of a step away from any other Douglas County team we've seen in the last 10 years. Usually they try to do a little smash mouth football, line up, kind of establish the line of scrimmage, run it straight up the middle. But when Coach Respert came in, his style of football is a spread offense, kind of use your speed, and this is what we're going to see tonight. And it kind of plays, we talked earlier in the game, or before the game, it kind of plays into Chapel Hill. Their strength is their front 6 on their defensive line. They returned all 6 from last year. And so the coaches for Douglas County are kind of, their goal is to kind of spread it out to get it outside of these front 6 and kind of use their speed to get some yardage. So I think that's what we're seeing early.
Okay.
Quick pass to number 1 again, Anthony Graves. Tackled quickly for a loss of 2 yards.
Number 88.
Yeah, that's it. Ishmael
Ismail
Lewis.
just missed his block.
Yeah, he did. He didn't keep his head on a swivel that time. It looked like he got nailed pretty good.
Loss of 2 brings up a 3rd down and 12.
But I tell you, with this offense, I don't know what they'll do here, but with this offense, 3rd and 12 is not out of the question.
So there's a lot of room. You spread them out wide to that far side of the field.
They may just send somebody long here that has all the writings of a long pass.
There he is,
He's got a man
open.
wide open.
He overthrew him. Yep, he was wide open. If he would have led him there, that would have been a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Tended on the outside.
Pass attempt for DeAndre Glenn. He's a sophomore.
Yep.
Ishmael Lewis.
So now we're going to get a chance to see Juan Cerna's leg from the punting position.
He had a great week last week. They said he averaged about 41 yards per punt. He has a strong leg.
It's a good snap.
He's going to let this roll. He's going to field it. Very dangerous, but he gets away with it. Chapel Hill's going to take over for their second possession about the 28-yard line.
Guys, after the first series both teams have gone on the first series, it looks like Chapel Hill looks to be more calm and a little bit more experienced in terms of their offense.
They look a little more in sync. I'd agree with you, Fred.
Well, I think their offense is a little more simple to run. They did a couple of cross buck plays inside and, just hand it off like he's doing here, but it's very effective. I think Douglas County's offense is a little more complicated. It's going to take a little more time to get going. But yeah, it's Chapel Hill's moving the ball on Douglas County, that's for sure.
That's another good run by Trey Mitchell.
Yeah, and we saw Trey Mitchell last year when we were here. He had a good game against Villa Rica.
If I remember correctly, he was right around the 100-yard mark.
I think so.
2nd down and 2.
Yep, 2nd and 2 for Chapel Hill. Probably see them take a chance here, some type of pass down the field. Brett Roberts, the quarterback. No, just going to get the first down. Yeah, they bottle him up. It's still going to be a good game. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 6 inches.
Looks like a good spot.
Yeah, they gave him forward momentum. They actually may measure, to be honest with you. I think it's close to a first down. No, they gave it to him.
So the quarterback,
first down.
Quarterback's talking over the next play with the offense coordinator.
That carry is good enough for a Panther. First down.
So are their first 2 possessions? You got first downs?
Yeah, they're racking up the first downs, that's for sure, racking up the yardage. Oh, fumble.
Strip that one.
I think Douglas County got it. They sure did. Douglas County ball. I think that was a new running back. Let's see what number comes out of the bottom of the pile. I don't think that was Mitchell.
It was Mitchell.
No, it was Mitchell. Yep, sure was.
Guys, what I've been noticing, that first series and this series right here, Douglas County is really going after that ball tonight. They are stripping, they're slapping, they're really going after that ball tonight. And this time it worked out for them.
Well, the question mark with the coaches when I talked to them about Douglas County this week was their defensive line. They're young, they don't have a lot of experience, so that was the question mark. So we'll see how they do, but they certainly came up with a big play there. So Douglas County's going to get excellent field position about the 42-yard line. And it looks like Chapel Hill is going to take their first timeout of the first half.
Go down and get yourself a Mobley.
I tell you, Fred, it sure doesn't feel like fall.
Not at all. It's going to be an Indian summer right about now. It's really, really warm down here on the field. And, again, that makes me concerned about both of these teams as far as their hydration is concerned. We talked about Douglas County and the size difference. We're going to see how Chapel Hill holds up with the weather conditions and the size difference. We'll see how they hold up.
Yeah, and I wonder if they take a what they call a conditioning timeout during this game. I bet they do.
They just referred to that one as a water timeout.
Oh, so they did take it. So they've already taken it. I bet they take 1.5.
So that timeout was not charged against Chapel
okay.
Hill.
So both teams still have 3. All right, so Ellis Richardson's the quarterback. He hands off, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That was Anthony Graves, senior wide receiver, coming around on kind of a end-around sweep.
Panthers brought down by number 1, Gerald George.
And if you'll notice, Douglas County does not huddle up. They call the play at the line of scrimmage. They do not give Chapel Hill a chance to rest or substitute.
Brings up a 2nd down and 11.
So spread them wide. Don't give them a chance to huddle, to regroup.
Guys, Chapel Hill is really on the ball this evening. The defense looks good, and as you mentioned earlier, Bennett, that they returned all 6 starters from last year, and you can really tell.
Yeah, that defensive line was about 3 yards in the backfield when the ball was snapped that time. So I think Douglas County is going to adjust and probably do some of that swing pass outside because they know that that's Chapel Hill's strength, and they're not going to continue to run into that.
Drops back to pass.
He overthrew him again.
He had a man. Pass attempt again for Ishmael Lewis.
All right, so we're going to see the second punt of the night for Juan Cerna.
Can he pin him inside the 20-yard line?
I tell you, all they had to do was pick up about 12 yards. They might have tried a field goal. Yeah,
very true.
Back teams number 5, Trey Owens, alongside number 9, Aaron Jeff.
Good snap.
There's a good spiral. Look at that. He kicks it out of the bounds at the 5-yard line. Great punt.
It's pretty impressive by Juan Cerna there.
Yeah.
Now get your defense to step up, and good things can happen.
So Chapel Hill is going to take over deep in their own territory on an excellent punt by Juan Cerna.
So Trey Mitchell's off to the huddle again. Redeem himself after losing a fumble in last possession.
Absolutely, Miko. He was down here on the sidelines, pouncing around, slamming his helmet down. He definitely has something to prove right now.
I'd give it right back to him.
And they do.
Taking the ball to the left side, number 21, Trey Mitchell. Ball down by number 12, Terrell Gibson.
So I was talking to Coach Fountain today for the Douglas County Tigers, and he mentioned 4 names. 3 names. They're all defensive backs for the Tigers. You had number 10, Jermaine Burrows. Number 8, the 2-star athlete, Nigel Hare. He's a baseball player as well. And number 7, Dion Calvin.
Yeah, Dion Calvin's, he's been a starter for 2 years. He's an excellent defensive back. And Jermaine Burrows, he's been playing for a couple of years also. So he's got some experience. Oh, big hit there, but I think he's going to be close to a first down.
A good tackle by Terrell Gibson. He fought off a good blocker and made the tackle.
Down by number 12 for the Tigers, Terrell Gibson.
It's going to be close to a first down. I think it's going to bring up about a third and a yard.
Short yard.
Yeah, Brett Roberts, he's very accurate on those short passes. Had some mobility that time, too. So 3rd and 2 for Chapel Hill. Brett Roberts, senior quarterback. Trey Mitchell.
Looks like a little movement.
Senior running back. Looks like offensive lineman for Chapel Hill moves, so that's going to push him back 5 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 6.
It's like Damian Giggs got started a little early.
Dead ball. Ball starts to call. Be a 5-yard mark off against the Panthers.
So here we are, the first quarter. We got 3 minutes remaining. We're at Panther Stadium with a matchup between the Chapel Hill Panthers and your visiting team, the Douglas County High School Tigers.
So 3rd and 6 for Brett Roberts. As he then is in the pistol offense. Takes a snap, gives it straight to Mitchell.
So about the 10-yard line.
There's nothing doing there. They stacked that one up pretty good, but I think over the course of this game, you're going to get a heavy dose of that Trey Mitchell.
Yep.
He looks good. He's back out there looking like he still has something to prove. He's probably a little still upset about that fumble. Those guys tend to take that personally, even though it was a good defensive play by Douglas County. But
Chapel Hill looks a little bit confused here. I don't know what they're doing. It's 4th and 6. From your own 9-yard line, it can't be that hard. Now they're sending in their punt team. So Douglas County's fixing to get some good field position here. Anthony Garner's back to take the punt.
It's been an awful lot of time ticked off the clock since the last play has been.
Yeah. They don't want to get a 5-yarder. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Hit him right, and he is in trouble. And this, oh, no, I don't know if that, oh, okay.
I'm not sure how we ruled that one.
Well, it really didn't matter how you ruled it. It was, they were going to get the ball anyway. It would have been better off to throw it out the back of the end zone and get a safety.
Give up the 2 points versus the 6.
But as it is now, he's giving them the ball on the 14-yard line. So.
Damage control.
Well, Bennett, that was a good strategy, but I think Chapel Hill is going to be okay. They've been holding pretty good. Nothing of what Douglas County has been doing has been working. They've been out of sync offensively. So let's see what Chapel Hill can do. They look pretty good defensively and offensively, actually.
Well, they did say they go in the spread offense, but also they go into the power I and short yardage. So, but they're still in spread. But I anticipate them going into that power I here pretty soon. In this, when they get inside the 10-yard line.
Well, Chapel Hill did you a favor, gave you the ball at the 15-yard line roughly, and then you started off with a penalty. False start by the Douglas County Tigers.
Yep.
Shooting yourself in the foot.
Now I think you'll see them get it outside the numbers. Try to use the speed. Still going with the no-huddle offense for Douglas County.
Got a linebacker matched up on Anthony Graves on the inside.
We got one-on-one here. We just threw it in the corner.
Looks like it could be an interception.
They're fighting for it. Touchdown.
Oh, touchdown, Douglas County.
Guys, I knew as soon as I saw that Ishmael Lewis come out here, I said it's going to be some ISOs. They're going to run to that guy, and they're just going to throw that ball up. That guy looks like Randy Moss, has about the same build, same height, and that's exactly what they do with Randy. They just send him to the corner, throw that ball up, and just tell him to go up there and get it. There's no way the corners can deal with that.
Now, that was definitely a mismatch, but I believe that ball hit the defender right in the chest, and he just took
it away.
Took it away from him.
He had somewhat of a little different vantage point, Miko. It didn't hit him quite in the chest. I think they both got the ball. The ball was actually thrown a little low. So it took away Ishmael's advantage to go up there and get it, but the defender got his hands on it, and Ishmael got his hands on it and just wrestled it away from him.
It looks like Chapel Hill got a hand on the extra point and kind of partially blocked it, and it was no good. So with 1 minute and 34 seconds to go here in the first quarter, it is Douglas County 6 and Chapel Hill 0. Well, Chapel Hill certainly gave them a gift there, giving them the ball on the 14-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see if Chapel Hill changes their defensive scheme and puts somebody a little taller, a little more muscle on number 88.
Yeah, he looks like the
Ishmael
outstanding
Lewis.
wide receiver.
If not, it might be a long day for the Chapel Hill Panthers.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Miko. I think Chapel Hill, they're moving the ball pretty good, but only up to a certain point. And they better hold here. They better show what they're made of. I think this is a very important possession for Chapel Hill.
Let's see if Juan Cerna can continue his streak of balls in the end zone, and I believe he will. Yeah.
Sherman's kick goes into the end zone.
So Chapel Hill will get the ball on the 20-yard line.
Panthers will set out. First down and 10.
Down 6-0 here in the first quarter.
So a nice 60-yard kickoff or a touchback.
Yeah. Nico, to that point, the average fan probably doesn't understand the advantage that gives Chapel Hill, or excuse me, Douglas County, by kicking that ball out of bounds. It takes away their receiving game, their punt or the kickoff game. Totally takes that away from Chapel Hill, so they don't even get a chance to catch that ball. That guy's kicking it pretty deep.
Yep.
It takes the speed right out of the equation.
Yep, gains field position. So let's see if Chapel Hill can answer here some type of offensive productivity. They go back to 21.
He needs to tighten up holding that ball. He's carrying it like a loaf of bread.
Great open field tackle by Terrell Gibson, number 12 by Douglas County. He saved a big gainer.
But you got to keep your eye on number 21, Trey Mitchell. He is holding that ball loose. That ball is flying everywhere.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and long 3 for Chapel Hill. A little different formation, maybe a short yardage. Trey Mitchell gets the ball straight up the middle. He's going to gain about a yard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
So it's established that Trey Mitchell is the workhorse for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of him.
It looks like we're going to have one more play for the first quarter as the clock winds down past 30 seconds.
As the clock winds down and the sun goes down. I tell you, it was a blistering sun here at Chapel Hill this afternoon.
Another handoff to Trey. A 5 to 6 yard gain.
Ball down by number 31, the Tigers, Shane Carey.
Brings up a first down for the Chapel Hill Panthers.
Yeah, we don't have the size of these kids. Next time he comes to the sideline, Fred, let's kind of get how big he is. He doesn't look like he's a big kid, but
is that Trey Mitchell?
Yes.
He is not a big kid, not stature wise, and not physically either. He's not physically imposing by any means.
Yeah.
I'd say he's about 5'4", 5'5", somewhere around there, and maybe 140. He's not that big, but he's quick.
Yeah, he's fixing to come by you right now. Yeah, but he looks like he's solid.
Oh, he's solid. He's solid.
Like he's got some speed. But I will say, Jason Respert, I know he played offensive line for the University of Tennessee, and looking at Coach Jeff Pastrick for Chapel Hill High School, I think he might have been an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman himself at Texas State. I don't think he was a running back either. What do you think?
No, you are right. You are right. It looked like he might have played a little O-line there.
Yeah, both of them are big gentlemen.
Yeah, they are.
Very impressive resumes for both these new coaches for these Douglas County schools. And we wish them the best of luck. I think they'll both be successful.
And make no mistake, these guys are new, but they know the importance of this game right here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I don't think we've mentioned this is the only county team that Chapel Hills plays this year, with the way the new regions and the way the new schedules came out. And Douglas County is the only school they play. So this is a big game. This is for bragging rights in the county.
All right, so here we are, set to start the second quarter. Once again in the pistol formation. The rocket ball right off the wide receiver's hand, Trey Owens.
Yeah, Trey Owens ran a little 8-yard slant, hit him right in the hands, kind of ricocheted off. Would have been about a 7-yard gain if he'd have caught it. I don't know if he heard footsteps, but Douglas County defensive back Nigel Hale had a good chance of intercepting that ball. And just
got caught a little flat-footed.
Yep. Kind of surprised him. That brings up a 2nd and 10 with 11:54 to go here in the half. Going to go back to Trey Mitchell.
Another good one. He's 5 here, 6 here, 7 here.
Yeah, Trey Mitchell's got the speed, but I don't think he's going to run over anybody. Once they get to him, they pretty much bring him down.
Yeah, he's bouncing it out to the outside. He's not a north-south runner. He's more east-west, and he's going to try to run around you.
Yeah,
he does have some speed.
And Douglas County's got some size on that defensive line too. So,
but as we learned, as he's bouncing around, he gets stood up, and you can easily strip the ball.
Yep. So 3rd and 4, and they go back to the bread and butter. Oh, he breaks loose. Oh, great run. He may not run over you, but he's shifty.
Shifty.
Shifty, how about that? Shifty, Fred.
Very crafty runner. Yes, he is, and he's running right up the middle.
He takes it across the midfield.
Very impressive footwork he's putting on the display he's putting on tonight.
First down for Chapel Hill, probably their 6th or 7th first down against Douglas County's defense. As we mentioned earlier, that was the question mark for Douglas County. We got one-on-one coverage. He throws it up.
Ball.
Great coverage by number 7. That's Dion Calvin.
It was good coverage, but that ball was a little underthrown. I think if we would have led him a little bit better, it might have been a different outcome.
I agree with that 100%, Fred.
Yep. As we talked earlier, the bio on Brett Roberts was very accurate, being short yardage passer, but the long ball was not his strong point. So we saw a little bit of it there. So 2nd and 10 for Chapel Hill from their own 45, or from Douglas County's 45-yard line.
Same formation as the previous play.
There's a new running back finally giving Trey Mitchell a breather.
Jamarcus Morset. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 10.
Looking for Trey Mitchell on the sidelines. Looks like he's just getting some water, a little breather there. Nothing's wrong with him. This is a big play for Chapel Hill. They need to keep this drive going. 3rd and 10. Probably see some type of passing play here for Brett Roberts, senior quarterback for Chapel Hill.
Quite a cushion on the outside.
There's that little slant again, but he caught it this time. Very good play.
I find it hard to believe 3rd and 10, you got a one-on-one matchup and you give him a 10, 12-yard cushion. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Well, they had a defensive back right in front of him, and he ran right by him. Yeah, that was definitely a missed assignment.
Well, guys, apparently Douglas County knows something that we don't know, because you are exactly right. They are giving these wide receivers a very large cushion, and that was the thing that enabled them to get that first down right there.
Oh, fumble again. The running back just fell down. I think Douglas County got the ball. Sure did. Douglas County ball.
That's got to be a disappointment.
Yeah, Jamarcus Morissette was the running back. He took one step and just went straight to the ground. Was unable to get the handoff. The ball went about 3 yards forward. Douglas County gets the ball.
And on the first play that Jamarcus was in there, number 27, the backup running back, he tripped up his first attempt as well. So
Yep.
I think he may be thinking a little too much.
At the 34-yard line.
Or quicker than his feet can move.
He pump fake, and he connected to Anthony Garner, Anthony Graves, number 1 for Douglas County.
Double coverage, I'd like to mention.
Well, he pump faked it, drew the defensive backs in, and just led him perfectly. That's going to be about a 35-yard toss for Ellis Richardson. By far the longest play from scrimmage from Douglas County for the year.
Then I think we're going to start seeing that spread offense you were just talking about. We're going to start airing this thing out just a little bit.
I think you're right. I think they're tired of running into that defensive line of Chapel Hill. They returned 6 starters from last year, and I think they're kind of tired of messing with those guys.
Just getting away from the east and west and going for the vertical route. Pass is broken up by Trey Owens. Great job by number 5.
So second and 10.
Flag stops the play.
One thing you have to watch in this spread offense is illegal formations.
Red ball encroachment called against the Panthers.
Offsides by Chapel Hill.
Oh, that's a tough one.
They are not doing themselves a favor with all the penalties and turnovers. Too many mental mistakes, which lead to physical mistakes.
They've got 18 seniors on the team, so it is a young team. Only 18 seniors, I should say. Wide open.
Underthrown. Number 1.
Touchdown. Anthony Graves. Beautiful play. Another pump fake to Anthony Graves. Defensive back took the bait. He just threw it in right behind him.
Yeah, all he had to do was just get the ball to his hands.
Yeah, probably going to go for 2 here. Try to make it a 2-score game. Ellis Richardson's in, going for 2. Douglas County up 12-0. Oh, they caught him.
It's like another encroachment.
Yeah, they pulled him off sides.
Flag stop at the extra point.
So instead of 3 yards, it's going to be 1.5 yards for this 2-point conversion. I don't know if that changed your play calling or not. It'll certainly get you closer.
We have the 6 seniors on the defensive line. You do a read play, or you just throw it up for grabs in the back of the end zone like you have been.
It's just 1.5 yards. I think I'd give it to somebody. Got the senior running back, Anthony Garner. I think he's good for 1.5 yards. Or Ellis Richardson may just try to take it in himself. Yep. Right around the left side.
Looks like he got away with a hold.
Good call, man.
He got away with one, number 75 for Douglas County.
Had him by the jersey.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the 2-point conversion is good. So with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the first half, Douglas County 14, Chapel Hill 0. One thing I've noticed is that the play clock is gone. They used to have play clocks in high school football. And I don't see a play clock here any longer.
Fred, do you have an answer to that?
Let me see. I don't see a play clock down here either.
It used to be mounted on the goalpost in high school football.
We can get the answer to that during halftime.
We'll look at our engineer, Stevie Jones, to look that up.
Concession stand put on by the band up to the left of the press box. Had a raffle going on by the touchdown club, $2 prizes for that.
Okay, guys, Chapel Hill has to be very careful here. You just don't want to go into halftime down 2 or 3 scores against this Douglas County team. They have a vendetta. They have a score to settle, and they are looking for blood. They smell blood in the water right now. So Chapel Hill has to tighten up.
And keep in mind, Douglas County High School receives the kickoff in the second half.
I tell you, Juan Cerna, he kicked that out of the back of the end zone.
Once again, Cerna's kick sails into the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. Panthers start out first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So Chapel Hill takes it from the 20-yard line for the 3rd time in the game.
Broadcast on City TV, Comcast Digital Channel 22, starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You can also watch the game on demand.
Juan Cerna is just a junior, so they're going to have this luxury again back again next year.
Yeah, he is a top prospect for soccer here in the state of Georgia. and nationally. He plays on several travel soccer teams, and he just started kicking his freshman year. But you know, he could have a future in college football kicking the ball if he continues. And if you get a chance, Fred, I think you may go over to the Douglas County sidelines for the second half. Go by and check him out.
Okay.
Check the size of his thighs and his calves. I mean, he is a true soccer player. If you watched any of the Olympics during the soccer games and you saw the size of those guys, Juan he's a specimen. And he is a true soccer player. And that's why he's got the ability to kick it all the way out of the end zone, the football. And if he continues, you know, he'll have the opportunity to kick in college football in some capacity. But soccer is his love, obviously, and that's what he wants to do. And he's really good in soccer. So they'll be fighting over him whether to play football or soccer. All right, so it looks like Trey Mitchell's back in at running back after a little breather. And Chapel Hill desperately needs to put something on the board here before the first half.
See, now there's a 15-yard cushion in the inside slot man. You got the linebacker over there, but
and the linebacker's blitzing, so I don't understand that.
I don't see how you don't recognize that and just change the play at the line of scrimmage to do a quick pass.
Yeah.
Guys, they are looking past that, and it's there for them every time.
Yep.
They're just sitting down there 15 yards down the field, and Chapel Hill is allowing them to do that.
And obviously that's something that they've either seen in film or they saw against Osborne, the first game that Chapel Hill played, and you know they're just giving it to them, saying, here it is, take it if you want it. And those two guys are going to the right side this time, and they're doing the same thing. I mean, he's playing 17 yards.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, great rush by Douglas County.
Drop for about a 5-yard loss is going to bring up a
third down
and long.
And they got to, like Fred said, they got to be really careful here. They're packed up to the 14, 15-yard line, and we saw what happened on the punt attempt last time. And
we were thinking, if you're Chapel Hill, you got to have damage control. You don't want to slip up and make another costly mistake and throw an interception.
Yeah, they've had their share of mistakes here in the first half, and Douglas County's got 14 points to show for it. So, you know, both teams still have all three of their timeouts. That's very interesting on a hot evening, not giving the players a breather.
Another inside run by Trey.
Number 21.
Trey Mitchell.
Trey Mitchell on the carry.
Well, that was just a little damage control, as Miko said. Just try to get about 7 yards, get it out there where your punter won't be standing in the end zone.
Takes a lot of pressure off of him back there, that's for sure.
It takes some, but we'll see.
Guys, when Chapel Hill opened the game, they were mixing it up pretty good. They were going for the short pass. They were going for the run, you know, going across the slant, and now they have become one-dimensional.
Yep.
It is Trey Mitchell every play.
Yep.
And, you know, he's wearing them out. We'll see how it goes in the long run.
Oh, and here we go again. All right, you need to kick it out of the back. There you go. Oh, no, don't kick it that way. Oh, okay.
Is that a penalty? There's a little bit of dirty laundry in the end zone.
That's not a – well, I don't know. He kicked it out of the end zone. He should have kicked it the opposite direction out of the end zone. I guess kicking it out of the end zone is a penalty. I don't guess you can kick it off the ground. I don't know.
Well, you see something new every day, don't you?
Either he kicked it off the ground or he kicked it out of the end zone. I don't believe you can kick it out of the end zone. But
if it's on the ground in the end zone.
In hindsight, he did both. Yeah, it's a safety. So either way, he should have just kicked it out of the back of the end zone for the second time.
Really couldn't understand the gestures from the official. Looks like he was just doing a little rain dance out there.
I tell you, our engineer Steve Jones has got a lot to look up at halftime as far as the rules of the game. But either way, it worked out the best it could for Chapel Hill because it's a safety, and now they get to kick off. Because otherwise, Douglas County was going to get the ball at the 22-yard line.
So regardless if he kicked it out of the end zone or did what he did, the play still resulted in a safety.
Yeah. So it worked out the best it could for Chapel Hill, I assure you. So Chapel Hill will get the opportunity to kick it off or to punt it from the 20-yard line, which they will do gladly.
And they may look into their long snapping duties as well.
Yep. I want to remind everybody that both bands are here from both schools. So we'll see the Douglas County Band and also the Chapel Hill Band at halftime. So we've got a great halftime show coming up. I think Fred's going to grab the cheerleaders at some point and talk to them, so we look forward to that.
Guys, I may have to rethink that strategy. The cheerleaders really don't have much to cheer about right about now.
Oh, they always have something to cheer about.
It's a beautiful day for football, Fred.
We got a whole second half, Fred.
That's true. That is true.
Got to think about those pep talks you received at halftime.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't repeat some of the ones that I received at halftime, but I can tell you we came out at halftime ready to play ball. So we're going to elect to punt. So number 20 is going to field it
right at midfield.
And he's got a seam, and he's going to get up to about the 35-yard line. We're going to have hitting him out of bounds, and that's going to add 15 more and get it down to about the 20-yard line.
Another costly mistake by the Chapel Hill Panthers.
I tell you, Fred, Chapel Hill have really dug themselves a hole here in the first half.
Yes, they have. Just from the way it started out, they looked poised, and somewhere along the line, things have just kind of unraveled. Yep. They are really going to need to go into that locker room and just erase their minds as to what happened in this first half, and come back out and start anew.
Yeah, this is going to give Douglas County the ball about the 20-yard line after a 15-yard personal foul.
You know, the two offensive having the spread offense, I have yet to see a good hit tonight.
Well, usually you have a lot of speed, so you don't have, that grinding football. So they set up shop at the 20-yard line with a really good chance to put this game in a bad situation for Chapel Hill here in the first half.
Quarterback rolls
good
out.
Rush.
He's in a heap of trouble.
He's going to lose 10 yards. Good defensive play.
So Chapel Hill brings the heat and results a 10-yard loss.
Yeah, that's Darryl George. He's a senior defensive lineman. Chapel Hill got a good rush. This is what this spread offense is made for. So even at 2nd and 20. Still in a good position with this offense.
With some electric plays from Ellis Richardson.
Absolutely.
He's got some daylight.
Yep.
Looks like a hole right here on the outside. This play is going to be brought back.
We got a flag. We got a block in the back, I think.
I think it was a hold by number 5.
Yep. Good call, Miko. This is going to bring up 2nd and forever. How about 2nd and 35? Or they may just decline it. I don't know. It'd be 3rd and 20. I'd probably just decline it.
Guys, we were saying earlier that Chapel Hill needs to go back in the locker room and look for some positives. If they're going to look at anything positive, this defense looks good. The only thing, they've allowed 16 points, but the offense has actually put them in a pretty bad position. But just from get-go, they've been looking pretty good, this defense.
Yeah, I agree with you, Fred. It's kind of difficult not to give up points if the offense is working with a 20 or 30-yard field.
Absolutely.
With the turnovers that they've created.
Well, evidently they're not going to mark off the hold. That's a gift. They're still 2nd and 20.
It's with the Ellis Richardson signature high knee.
Wow, that was a gift.
I'm not sure if I understand that.
No.
So he takes it inside. Should have dumped it off. It was the same play, just the opposite side. Should have dumped it off to number 24, Anthony Gardner. He had some daylight in front of him.
Jared Williams.
But he went over to his running back and acknowledged that he made the mistake.
Yep.
Check that. It was 34 on the tackle.
All right, so now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 24. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the first half. Douglas County leading 16-0. Right across the middle, number 5, and he takes a wallop, but he holds on to the ball.
It's a decleater right there.
Yes, sir.
It almost looked like a John Elway replay, the helicopter.
All right, so that's going to bring up a 4th and a short 3. Douglas County will have a decision to make. Do you go for it, or do you let Juan put some points on the board?
I don't see Cerna on the field.
Brings up a 4th down.
What do you do, Fred?
Chapel Hill, or excuse me, Douglas County has been moving this ball pretty good. This is kind of a atypical offensive series for them. I think they'd be more well served going for it. They do have a good kicker now, but I think with 3:45, 3:44 on the clock, I'd go for it.
Well, they got 3 timeouts left, and I don't know why they're saving them. I believe you call timeout and talk about it or something. There you go.
Timeout on the field.
That's a great call, Mr. Bennett.
Both teams still with all their timeouts with 3 minutes to go in the half. So Douglas County does call a timeout. They're going to talk about it a little bit.
We didn't see a water timeout in the second half.
The second quarter?
Or second quarter.
I think it's 1.5.
1.5?
Yep.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yep.
Longhorn and Outback. Thank you so much for being on pregame meals.
Guys, I'm going to try to get
Thank you very much.
short interview with Coach Pastrick and see what his thoughts are about this first half. He's got to be frustrated with all the mistakes and all the turnovers and things of that nature. So I want to see what he's going to be interested in to see what he has to say.
Fred, if I was you, I'd probably go interview Coach Respert.
I don't know. It's his first game. He's got these kids. He's only been with them for probably, 8 months?
Yeah, since probably March.
Yeah.
3 for the Tigers. Let's make some noise, Panthers.
And he's lost a lot of kids, dropping from 5A to 3A classification. And he's playing a 6A school, so.
Guys, look for Ishmael Lewis in the corner this go around.
On a 4th and 3, spread him out wide and let the quarterback make the decision.
I say you throw it. No, a little option. Yeah, there he is. He's got it. That's Anthony Garner, 24. And he's in for the score.
Spread him wide and give the quarterback the option.
Yeah, that offense, there's so many things you can do with it. They had 4 receivers that time. Had them all spread out. Run that option play. The defensive end has to commit to the quarterback. Once you pitch it, there's just nobody out there. So Juan Cerna in to attempt the extra point to put Douglas County up 23-0.
Looks like he's kicking out of a sand pit.
It is good.
Kick that one back to Douglas County High School.
So with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half, Douglas County has taken a commanding lead over Chapel Hill, 23-0.
Looks like they took that loss last year pretty personal.
I would say so. Douglas County led the whole game, and Chapel Hill came back right in the last minutes, scored a touchdown, upset them 21-20 here in this same stadium. So I think this is going to be a statement tonight.
Oh yeah, and you're definitely up 23-0 with 3 minutes to go in the halftime. You got to keep the foot on the gas and set the tempo for the remainder of the year. Even though it is only day one, you want to let your opponents know that what you have.
Yep, like Miko said, Douglas County gets the ball, start the second half, so Chapel Hill's got some talking to do in that locker room.
Trey Owens alongside number 7, M.J. Rickard.
So Juan Cerna set to kick off for Douglas County.
So wouldn't that be nice if your opponent's starting possession was at the 20-yard line for the year? That's not a bad gig.
Well, he didn't hit it, but it rolled into the end zone that time.
Cerna's kick skids into the end zone, automatic touchback.
Brings him back to the 20-yard line once again.
It is a good thing to have in your pocket to have your offense or have the opposing offense start from the 20-yard line every time, I can assure you.
Panthers start out first down and 10 to 20.
So the senior quarterback, Brett Roberts, the senior running back, Trey Mitchell, come back on the field for Chapel Hill, trailing 23-0 here in the first half.
Right through the hands of the defender.
Roberts pass completed number.
There's a pretty good hit for you, Miko.
Danny Williams took a hit. Looks like a fullback back there.
Brought down by number 12, Terrell Gibson.
Yeah. Ruined the kicking screen.
Yep, straight into the kicking screen.
Makes it second down and 5.
It's all right, we have a doctor over there fixing it. Which brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. Trey Mitchell in the backfield. Handoff to Trey.
Good defensive play by Terrell Gibson. He's been on several tackles tonight for Douglas County.
Once he hit him, he did not let go. He kept his feet churning, and he was holding on.
Makes it 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers.
This is a really big play if you're the Chapel Hill Panthers. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, you do not want to give the ball back with 2 minutes to go to Douglas County here in the first half. Give them the opportunity to put any more points on the board. Trey Mitchell straight up the middle, and he fights off one, and I believe he's going to have it.
Working his way over the left side.
So it's going to be a first down?
First down, Chapel Hill.
No, don't try to do anything spectacular here. Try to run down the clock. You know, if a big play happens, if you shake a couple tackles, you know, that's great. But you don't want to make a mistake and go into the clubhouse down in hole 30-0.
No.
Miko, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It looks like another costly fumble. Looks like it's recovered by Douglas County.
Another pass complete to number 6, Jeremiah Bridges. There was a fumble on the play. Ball recovered by Douglas County.
Well, number 6 made the catch, picked up probably about 5 yards, and then he just got into a crowd and coughed up the football and gave it back to Douglas County here with 1 minute and 42 seconds to go in the half.
That's when you got to learn damage control. If you're stood up by a couple defenders, you got to hold on tight and just go down.
Absolutely.
If it's 6-on-1, odds aren't in your favor.
Miko, that's exactly. I was thinking that Chapel Hill would want to just to protect that ball. Just protect that ball and get into halftime with no more points being put up on the board. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
So Douglas County's got the foot on the gas. But it seems the car was in reverse on that play.
Yes, and I was going to say, Fred, I have the feeling that Douglas County is not going to take a knee.
Timeout call, Chapel Hill. Timeout on the field charge to Chapel Hill.
Now, guys, somebody said earlier it was going to be a statement game, and they are definitely trying to make a statement here. They are not going to take a knee. They're going to try to put up as many points as they possibly can.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, Bennett, going into halftime last year, they had about the same type of lead and lost it. They are going to try and put up as many points as they possibly can.
Yep.
No mercy tonight.
This is just a reminder that tonight's game will be broadcast on City TV, Comcast Digital Channel 22, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. That's tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. You can also watch the game on demand at mycitytv.com starting Monday afternoon. This is City TV, Comcast Digital Channel 22, and mycitytv.com, or the City of Douglasville website. Thanks for watching City TV.
Well, I know these guys have been practicing, Douglas County players, with their new coach for 8 months, and I bet they've had this game on their bulletin board in the locker room for several months, and they've had this game underlined.
Got some daylight.
Yep, that's Anthony Garner once again. He's gone.
Richardson pass complete to number 24.
You put 6 on the board.
Anthony Garner.
I tell you that Chapel Hill, their offense or defensive line had a good rush that time, and they just weren't able to get Ellis Richardson. He escaped and
just dumped it off.
And there was nobody there. They had everybody in the offensive backfield.
He showed his wheels on that play. That was Terrell Gibson.
Anthony.
Oh,
Anthony Garner.
Anthony Garner.
Yep.
Bennett, you mentioned earlier the number of players out on the field. The number of players for Chapel Hill versus Douglas County is starting to show. As you see, Juan put it through the uprights. It's starting to show. They are wearing down. The defensive line for Chapel Hill is only so much that they can do. They're starting to look tired.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about it, how long the defense from Chapel Hill has been on the field this first half. I mean, they've been on it a lot of minutes, and that's gonna catch up with them in the second half.
Yeah, like I said, in the offense has given their own defense, Chapel Hill's defense, short fields to work with.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to defend your own ground when you only have 15 yards to give.
Well, I think it's going to give Coach Respert an opportunity to play a lot of players in the second half.
For your Panthers, number 5, Trey Owens. Number 7, Jay Rookard.
Because as we look across, they've certainly brought a great crowd from Douglas County High School tonight, and I know those parents are going to want to see some players play, and they'll certainly get their opportunity in the second half. So with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go here in the first half, Douglas County leading 30-0 over Chapel Hill. Juan Cerna set to kick it off. His legs got to be getting tired tonight.
And the kick, looks like it's going to be another touchback.
I think that's his 5th or 6th of the night.
Guys, we talked earlier about the advantage that Juan gives his team by kicking that ball out of the back of the end zone. 30-0. They don't get a chance to make anything special happen. They have to go back and start from scrimmage, and this is where they've been making their mistakes. So it is just definitely an advantage that Juan gives his team by kicking that ball out of the back of the end zone.
Yep. Field position.
All right, so with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter, we're just hoping for mistake-free football, get into the field house.
I'm saying they're going to take a knee here. Well, maybe not.
Pass broken up by number 18. Jeffrey McMichael.
Yeah, junior linebacker Jeffrey McMichael for Douglas County.
So not only is it second down, the incomplete pass stopped the clock.
And Bennett, you mentioned them taking a knee. Douglas County has 2 timeouts, so that probably wouldn't work right about now.
Quick pass, out of bounds.
Number 4, John Chester Owens.
So the clock still runs, or about 4 seconds ticked off the clock.
Yeah, he went out of bounds.
He went out of bounds.
I don't know, Fred. I think the mercy rule might kick in. they might let it run on down here in the first half.
Does that kicks in the first half or the second half?
I think it probably would kick in here.
Okay.
Douglas County stands behind the Douglas County stands.
Well, once it kicks in, does it stop? Once that thing kicks in, I wonder if they just allows the clock to keep running.
So a little bit of regrouping. We got a 3rd down and 5 with 1 minute to go in the second quarter.
Well, guys, when the first half, when it kicked off, it looked like we were going to have a really good competitive game. And here we are a couple of mistakes later, 30-0, and a very dejected Chapel Hill team.
Well, I think Chapel Hill, they've had 2 fumbles and they've had 2 miscues on punts. And so that's really hurt them. They've had 4 huge mistakes here in the first half. And you just can't overcome those.
Pass complete to number 4, John Chester Owens. Once again, we need Jaquisha and Tyonda Roberts. Taisha and Jaquanda Roberts to go to the visitor
timeout
stands
by Chapel Hill High School.
Stands.
So they seem to be at a little slower pace. Chapel Hill looks a little sluggish.
Well, the offense shouldn't be really sluggish. The defense certainly should be. Offense probably a little disappointed at this time, but not sluggish. But, you know, I think they'll go in at half and work some things out, come out the second half and work on some things.
So they call a timeout with 50 seconds to go. So they're scheming up a couple plays. You know, maybe if the first play works, we continue to go for it. If not, do we just take a knee, have some runs? You know, maybe if we shake a tackle, we have a chance. But I'm more concerned about damage control and not putting yourself in a worse situation.
Well, I think you just take these timeouts to use this situation for, you know, next game or further games down. Yeah, just learning experience. I mean, they're not really trying to do anything in this situation, but they just want to, you know, don't waste them.
He had him on the pump fake. Number 7, he bit hard.
Yeah.
Deion Caven did. Calvin.
And number 13, Brett Roberts, is holding his shoulder. I hope he's not hurt, because he took a lick when he released that ball. He's going back in, but he's not feeling too good. It's like Douglas County.
Timeout.
Yeah, timeout Chapel Hill. And
timeout Douglas County.
Brett Roberts is not feeling too well at this point.
Guys, Brett took a big wallop there. He was looking totally downfield for his receiver. He gave a good pump fake, and as soon as he brought that ball down from the pump fake, he got a mouthful of Douglas County helmet.
And it was a fumble, and it was almost costly once again. Luckily, the Chapel Hill offensive lineman recovered the ball.
Yep. Yeah. Looks like Brett got a stinger on his right shoulder. He's trying to shake it off. That's another problem they'll have to look at halftime for Chapel Hill.
You got 28 seconds, 34 seconds left in the half. I'd probably take him out for this play. Got to have a backup quarterback there. Let him work that stinger off and come back for the second half. Hopefully refocused.
Which brings up a second and about 12. Might get a dose of Trey Mitchell here. Nearly intercepted by number 12, Terrell Gibson.
Yeah, and they got to him again, Fred. They put him to the ground one more time.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be their focus now. They know that he's, he has some cobwebs and he hadn't really shaken them off yet, so they're going to be going for him.
I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I hear a little bit of the boo birds.
Have a sideline infraction. Charge against Douglas County. Sideline warning.
So 3rd and 13 or 12 once again.
3rd down and 13.
27 seconds to go here in the first half.
Hand a dose of Trey.
Yeah, Trey Mitchell picks up the first down. That's going to stop the clock with 20 seconds to go.
Number 21, Trey Mitchell.
I tell you, there's no stopping this team, that's for sure.
That run was good enough for
if you take away their mistakes and let their defense play their game, and we're talking a whole totally different game, but Well, we've had about 5 miscues that have been in the favor of Douglas County.
Absolutely.
Got 20 seconds till half.
Yes, and everybody's utilizing their timeouts now with less than a minute to go.
Yep, and I would say number 12 on the sidelines would be the backup quarterback, Fred. Number 10 is on crutches.
Okay.
Number 14 looks like he's a underclassman. He's a little smaller kid, but I would say number 12 is your backup quarterback. If we need him, he's standing right beside the offensive coordinator. Like number 12 is Logan Johnstone.
All right, so we're set, 1st and 10. He's got a man. He turned around.
Oh, he's going to get hit again.
Roberts sacked by number 31.
Jeremiah Bridges, number 6, the
Shane
wide
Carey.
receiver for Chapel Hill. All he had to do is turn around.
It's like Shane Carey came through and put him down. That's going to do it for the first half. All Douglas County for the first half. Douglas County takes a 30-0 lead over Chapel Hill. We're going to throw it down to Fred Perry.
Come on, let's walk.
Going to try to get a couple of words from the Chapel Hill coach here about the first half. Fred?
Down here with Coach Pastrick. Coach, tough first half. What do we need to do to get back into this game?
See, we need to come out and play. I mean, we're getting outplayed and out physical, and we just got to come out and play. We're not playing real well. We're lining up wrong. We're not blocking well. I mean, we're not doing anything well right now. It's a good team. I mean, they're doing some good things, but it's on us. We're just not playing like we should play, and we got to come out and play better.
Coach, that defensive line of yours, they look pretty good. They look like they just got a little worn down from all the mistakes that the offense was making. So if it's any positive that you need to take into the locker room, that would be it.
I mean, we're getting a little worn down on defense. Last game was a little bit, they weren't on the field as much. Now they're on the field, and that's offense's fault. I mean, offense, we gave up really 21 on our own right there, special teams, and we just can't do that, and we got to come out and play better. They're outplaying us, and they're being more physical.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Okay, Fred. Well, I think he pretty much explained it. They had made some mistakes in the first half that really cost them some key points. Gave up 21 points on their own, so that was pretty much the story of the first half. What do you think, Miko?
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Just the tail of turnovers.
All right, we're going to throw it down to the field where first up is Douglas County High School's band.
Under the supervision of Superintendent Dr. Gordon Prince and Principal Dr. Tim Scott and the directorship of Brandon Respis, the Douglas County High School Marching Band would like to present their 2012 show, Come Dance With Me.
Let's hear it for the Douglas County Marching Tiger Band. This time we'd like to welcome any of the members that are here this evening on their 10-year anniversary with 10th High School reunion, class of 2002. I'd like to welcome y'all back to Chapel High School tonight. If you're in the stands, thank you so much for coming out to the football game. Welcome back to your 10-year reunion. On behalf of Principal Sean Kelly and Superintendent Dr. Gordon Pitts, the Chapel Hill Marching Panther Band is proud to entertain you with their 2012 competition show. The band has regularly received superior ratings in competitions, taking best in class in several categories. The Chapel Hill High School Marching Panther Band presents its 2012 contest show, In My Joy Forever. Tonight the band will be performing Thriller and Man in the Mirror. The band is under the third direction of drum major, Benny Daniel.
Jason. I'm 116.
Marching Panther Band. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look for both of these bands. All these kids work very hard in the afternoons and evenings, just as hard as any athletic program out here. Roy Mims to the press box, please. Roy Mims to the press box.
All right, welcome back to City TV Sports for the second half of this county rivalry. Douglas County High School against Chapel Hill High School. Douglas County's leading 30-0 after the first half. And Miko, as we talked before the bands came on, crucial mistakes by Chapel Hill High School led to 21 points by Douglas County, and it's really put Chapel Hill in a hole here in this ballgame.
Yes, I agree. They had a couple fumbles, interception, and to be honest with you, it could be a lot worse. They had a couple dropped interceptions, Douglas County did. Just whenever the tough got going on the Chapel Hill side, they just made costly mistakes, and they just need to learn to damage control, take what they get, even if it is for a negative play, instead of catching the risk of a fumble or an interception. That's something that the young guys need to learn, is damage control, and instead of making costly mistakes.
And this game really hasn't evolved like we thought it was going to. Chapel Hill came out, made like 6 first downs right out of the bat. The offense was really rolling, and then all of a sudden they started kind of shooting themselves in the foot. 2 botched punts, a couple of fumbles, 1 interception. Next thing you know, they're down by 30 points here going into the second half. Got a new coach, a very inexperienced team going up against a team that's 3 classifications ahead of them in the state of Georgia. Obviously, more players on the field. I don't know what the coach told them there in the half, but they're really going to have to turn it around if they want to make this any type of ball game against the Douglas County Tigers.
Well, I think what they need to do is stick with their original game plan. Was Douglas County was allowing them, 5 to 7 yard cushion, just complete those short passes and treat them like run plays. But you already initially have the 5 yards there, so those add up. They add up real quick.
Yeah, when they were moving the ball, they were throwing the little short yard passes. They were giving the ball to Trey Mitchell, kind of mixing it up. And then, like Fred said from the sidelines, they kind of got one-dimensional. They really started relying on Trey Mitchell, number 21, the senior running back, and they just kind of rode him for about 15 straight plays. and Douglas County was just able to figure out what they were doing and just kind of shut them down. And then the mistakes started coming. We don't keep stats, but obviously the penalties started coming. They made some crazy mistakes, and then Douglas County just took advantage of it. And we need to give Douglas County some credit. I mean, Douglas County's got 25 seniors on their team. They installed this spread offense. It's running very well. The quarterback, Ellis Richardson, is doing a great job. The running back, Anthony Garner, he's had a couple of touchdowns. Number 24, he's a senior. So this is a senior-led football team that Douglas County has. And as we said going into the game, Chapel Hill beat them last year for the first time. So this is a rivalry game. But, Douglas County's out, to make a point this year. And so far this year, Chapel Hill has just really gave it to them. And they're really taking advantage of it. So I believe Chapel Hill has to come out. I know Douglas County gets the ball to start the second half, and unfortunately their defense, which has been on the field most of the first half, and they've got to give out. They've got to be winded, but they've got to make a stand on this first possession by Douglas County that they can stop them, because if Douglas County goes up 37-0, it's going to be very difficult for Chapel Hill to get back in this game.
Oh yeah, that calls for a long second half. You got to go to the mixed matches. We got the size differential, that goes with the classifications, and you got a lot more of the enrollment to choose from, where the wide receivers for Douglas County, they have 6-8 inches on the DBs for Chapel Hill. Right. That's a mismatch, a major mismatch that they can take advantage of.
And as far as Douglas County, as far as their coaching staff, I mean, I think that I don't think they're going to change anything. I think they're pleased with that spread offense that they've incorporated. Coach Respert, he coached at Northside Warner Robins, was very successful as an assistant coach with this offense. He's brought it to Douglas County. He's obviously found some athletes at Douglas County High School that can run this offense, and I don't see a lot of changes he's going to make here in the second half.
For the Tigers, number 24, Anthony Garner.
I agree. So now we're off to see Danny Williams. He's a tight end. We're going to see what kind of leg he has for his first opportunity.
This is their punter also, so he's had a rough first half.
Yeah, hopefully him and the long snapper had a good conversation during halftime.
Yeah.
Or not one at all, one of the two.
Well, I don't know about the scouting report, but the deep backs for Douglas County are around the 15-yard line, so obviously he doesn't have the leg that Juan Cerna has. But we'll see. He could surprise us. So we're getting ready to kick off the second half here. The county rivalry. First game of the year for these guys for 2012. It's like a little pooch kick. Anthony Garner's going to get the ball around the 25-yard line.
Runs into his own man.
Held him up, and he's going to be brought down around the 27-yard line.
Tackled by a host of Panthers.
Yeah.
That was for Rodney. He's not here with us today.
Yeah, Rodney Moreland. He's our sideline, and also we're in the press box on our crew, and he's going to be joining us in a couple of weeks. Broadcast a couple of games with us.
So the return winds up around the 28-yard line.
Yep, Ellis Richardson, senior quarterback. Still in the shotgun. Going to drop back, be rushed, and brought down around the 20-yard line for a 7-yard loss.
Ellis Richardson dropped back to pass, brought down for a sack by number 1, Dale.
If you're Chapel Hill, that's a good way to start the second half.
Well, we talked about their front six on defense, all returning from last year. That is their strength, and they have really played a good game.
Makes it a 2nd down and 16.
So if Chapel Hill's defensive backs do their job and give the defensive line just a couple more seconds, and they can take advantage of it and make the plays in the backfield like they've proven they can do.
Right.
Number 24 catches a lateral. Anthony Garner.
So that play goes for negative yards.
Number 3, Marquise Bedford.
Yeah, so 3rd and 16. Looks like more than that.
Makes it a 3rd down and 22.
3rd and 22 for Douglas County.
Uh-oh, number 1.
Yeah, strong rush. So
Daryl George in on the tackle.
Number 3, Ellis Richardson, brought down in the backfield.
He was going straight for his head and bit on the pump fake just enough.
So it looks like Chapel Hill has made some adjustments at halftime, able to stop this potent Douglas County High School offense. And they are the deep backs for Chapel Hill, certainly respecting Juan Cerna. They are about 60 yards back. Juan Cerna punting out of his own end zone. He's got a good leg, but I don't think he's got that good of a leg.
It's a good snap.
A short kick. They're coming up. They fielded about the 50-yard line. There again, he fumbles the ball, and Douglas County is going to have an opportunity to get it. They do. They pick it up, and number 8 is going to return it. Nope. He's dropped at about the 17-yard line.
There's another mistake by Chapel Hill Panthers.
I think the referees are saying the ball's down at the 40-yard line. Let's see. They're going to bring it back.
Cannot advance a fumble.
Oh, you can't advance a fumble.
Wow. Tigers will take over 1st down and 10.
All right, so.
That being said, Douglas County's ball at the 40-yard line. Just another costly mistake. Just simple mistakes.
That's mistake number 6 for Chapel Hill here in this game. It gives Douglas County great field position at the 40-yard line. Ellis Richardson at quarterback takes the snap from shotgun. A big rush by number 1. He's going to be brought down again. Well, they have certainly made an adjustment by pulling up their linebackers on the outside and bringing them from the outside to rush the quarterback.
Yeah, they need somebody
in the second half
to contain number 1, Daryl George. He's been in on the quarterback, Ellis Richardson, for the last 3 or 4 plays. So, yes, I agree. Let's see where he's at this time.
Here he comes again. He's unblocked, but they caught him in the blitz that time, ran Anthony Garner straight up the middle, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 6-yard line, about the 10-yard line.
Blitz on the outside.
They caught him in the blitz that time.
Shoot him right up the gut.
No draw play. Absolutely.
Guys, it looks like Chapel Hill is picking up where they left off at, which is what I feared the most for this team. Coach Pastrick, as we saw going into halftime, talked about the changes that and the adjustments they needed to make. It's not looking good right here for Chapel Hill. They're gonna need something to positive to put their hands around in order to get back in this game.
Well, welcome back, Fred.
Was having some microphone problems.
All right, Ellis Richardson, little quarterback keeper around the left side, and he's in for the touchdown.
Okay, there you are. I see you now. So, touchdown by Ellis Richardson.
So Douglas County goes up 36-0 here early in the 3rd quarter. Extra point is good by Juan Cerna. So with 9:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Douglas County 37, Chapel Hill 0.
So, I can only imagine this weekend I'm going to see a lot of navy and gold around town.
Telling you, mistakes are costly in the game of football, and Chapel Hill continues to make them. And Douglas County continues to take advantage of them. I think by far, in our 3 years of filming here on City TV Sports, this is the most points we've seen put on the scoreboard.
Is it?
I can't remember a game where 37 points by one team has been scored. 37 points for a high school football team is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
And we are only 9 minutes into the 3rd quarter.
That is the scary part for Chapel Hill.
Yep.
Back week very soon, number 5, Trey Owens, alongside number 7, M.J. O'Rickle.
I'd like to remind everyone that you can catch tonight's game on mycitytv.com. or on demand anytime. This is a presentation of CDTV Sports.
Cerner with the kick. Actually fielded.
Fielded by number 5 for Chapel Hill. A little gutsy run back. That's Trey Owens.
Resulted in their starting possession at the 10-yard line. So going the wrong way once again.
Yep.
By number 52, Demetrius McLester.
All right, so you're down 37-0. That's fine. Let's start. Let's forget about everything that's happened. Let's work on. Let's get better, and let's be prepared for next week. Let's work on the things. Let's minimize our mistakes. I think if you're Chapel Hill, that's what you got to look at right now.
Absolutely. You got to take something positive out of this game. Work on the fundamentals.
Number 21, Trey Mitchell on the carry.
This is probably the only 6A opponent that Chapel Hill will play all year long, if I had to guess. They will definitely get easier after this one.
And they played Osborne in a scrimmage last week. Is that?
Yep.
And what classification are they? Do you know?
I think Osborne's 3A also.
They are 3A.
And they beat them 28-0, so they looked good last week.
Roberts brought down in the back there once again by number 21, Sean Hester.
And Trey Mitchell's looked good tonight. I mean, they're going to have a running game.
Yeah. Trey Mitchell looked very good. He looks very good tonight. He kind of got winded early in the second half, and that's when they were giving him a heavy dose of him. But he's shaking that off, and he's back out here. He's running. He's still competing. Despite the score, he's still out here competing, and, you know, that shows a lot of heart on his part. But he definitely looks good. They definitely got a running game.
Back to pass on 3rd and 9. Nearly intercepted.
Looks like number 31, Shane Carey, got a hand on it.
Hit him in the worst spot.
Right in the hands. So that's going to bring up 4th down with 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. And once again, Chapel Hill's punter is going to be standing in his own end zone for the 3rd time this evening.
And they failed to execute the previous 2 punt attempts.
The first 2 have not been successful. Let's see.
Danny Williams back deep, 24. Anthony Garner.
Good snap.
Oh, good punt. Anthony Garner's going to field it. I think he touched it. He's going to be brought down around the 47-yard line. Yeah, successful punt that time.
Going back to field possession, Chapel Hill started at their own 20-yard line versus Douglas County has been on the other side of the 50 in their visiting or their opponent's side. So,
yeah, Douglas County's had field position all night long. And leading 37-0, we still have the starting quarterback Ellis Richardson coming out. So,
first down and 10 inside Panther territory.
Be interesting to see how long Coach Jason Respert plays his starters.
We got to think these guys have only been together for around 5 months. They're still trying to learn as well.
Yep, and that's a pass to Anthony Gardner, and I think that's at least his 3rd touchdown, maybe at least his 3rd touchdown for the evening.
Yep. You can put it on the board.
That's going to bring it up to 43-0.
Guys, you're looking at a totally dejected Chapel Hill team. These guys are sitting around. They got their heads down, and
on the try to point after number 95, Warren Cerner.
It's total domination right now.
Well, apparently they took that loss to heart last year because they're not taking that foot off the gas.
Extra point again is no good.
At this point, Ben, I think that mercy rule can kick in.
I think so, but like I said earlier, I think if you were to go in to the locker room 3 months ago at Douglas County High School, I think you would have seen that score of 21-20 when Chapel Hill beat them. I think you would have seen it written on the wall. And I think all year long, that's what they preach to these Douglas County kids. At every practice, I think they had to look at that when Chapel Hill beat them last year. And I think that's what they hung their hat on every single day. And I think that they practiced and everything they did was for this game tonight. And I think you're seeing what they wanted to prove, and that's what you're getting.
Yeah. At halftime, I was walking around amongst the crowd there and talked to a few people. They said there was a lot of trash talk between these schools leading up to this game. Of course, Douglas County was talking about, it was a revenge game and we're going to get back. And Chapel Hill was reminding them what happened last year. But apparently a lot of trash talk between these two leading up to this game. And Douglas County looks as though they are really meant what they were talking about.
Yep.
Cerna with another kick. It's an excellent kick.
First, take that back. I was about to say first return of the game.
So the ball once again at the 20-yard line for the Panthers tonight with 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the third quarter.
This time I'd like to introduce our Chapel Hill cheerleaders. We introduce Tanasia Anderson, Chanelo Akanilu,
And now for a cheerleading timeout.
Caitlin Bloom, Jasmine Ellis.
So today I've seen a water timeout and a cheerleading timeout.
Melissa Flores.
Fred, can you explain these to me?
Sierra Henderson.
I'm going to go over here and see if I can't get one of these cheerleaders to talk to me.
Tiffany Samuel, Rudy Redwall, and Morgan Gillespie. Under the brilliant tutelage of Miss Kelly Flat. That's your 2012-13 Varsity Cheerleading Squad.
All right, Fred's working on getting with one of the Chapel Hill cheerleaders.
Guys, I'm standing here with Jasmine, who is the captain of the Chapel Hill cheerleading team. Jasmine, what's going on out here tonight?
I don't know. The boys don't have their head together today. I don't know what it is. Normally they do, but today I don't know what it is, but they don't.
Okay. Do you think they can come back tonight?
Yeah, they can because they'll have the adrenaline fourth quarter. They always do, and they'll come back, I'm sure.
Okay. Now, how long have you been the captain of the cheerleading team?
Just this year.
Just this year? Okay, let's see what you all have. Go ahead and tell them to do something. Do a cheer for us. Well, if they don't want to do a cheer, you did a little backflip just then, didn't you? Let me see you do a backflip. Wow.
That is impressive.
All right.
That's got to be a requirement to be a captain. Back to football.
Yeah, number 21, Trey Mitchell with a 19-yard gain. Oh, and he gets up, and he's got a cramp.
Looks like a cramp.
Yep. That's what we were worried about, Fred, going into this game with a number of athletes on either side, and Trey Mitchell is down with a cramp and getting attention.
First down.
That's what happens when you overwork your workhorse.
Well, he's got about 25 carries, it seems.
Yeah, at least. So number 27 comes in. He's going to pick up about 3 yards.
27, Jamarcus Morissette. Ball down by number 7.
Jamarcus Morissette picks up 5 yards.
That was one of his first runs that he didn't hesitate and stumble.
Yeah.
So he's got the jitters out of him, a little more relaxed.
First game butterflies. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Got 3 wide receivers, and they're in the pistol formation once again. There's Mr. Morissette, takes it outside.
See how much speed he's got. He's loose. And they're going to catch up with him about the 24-yard line. Good run. About a 45-yarder.
Jamarcus Morissette. Finally brought down in the
A
second.
little confidence booster for Mr. Morissette.
Number 12, Terrell Gibson.
So, Chapel Hill showing a little bit of life.
That run was good enough for Chapel Hill.
Guys, I would hope that Chapel Hill can put some points up on the board. At this point, they are playing for pride, and they need to put some points on the board.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the defensive staff that Douglas County has in there, Fred, and they still have the first unit in there, so they haven't called off the dogs yet.
They have not.
So Chapel Hill's moving the ball on the first defense, so that's a good sign for them.
You always want to pitch a shutout. Tackle made by number 7 on number 7.
Made immediately brought down by number 7 on the Tigers,
Dion Caven, senior defensive back with a big hit on number 7 for Chapel Hill. Going to lose a yard, bring up 2nd and 11. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Like Dion's feeling some cramps also. He's going to run to the sidelines, Fred.
Yeah, it's still very warm down here on the field. These guys are staying hydrated, but it's quite warm down here on the field. And like you said, they haven't called off the first unit just yet, so these guys are putting in a lot of time out here, so starting to see the effects of it right now.
Why don't you give those guys some pickled juice?
Yep, pickle juice would do it.
Second down and 11 for the Panthers.
All right, so it brings up 2nd and 11. Once again, the pistol formation. Got a 15-yard cushion.
Oh, and a big sack by big number 74.
Guys, these guys are totally out of sync. The quarterback took a 2-step drop and ran right into his running back. And that just gave Douglas County just enough time to get to him.
Yeah, and MJ Ruckert, he's doing a little bubble screen right there, and just couldn't get the ball to him.
Yep, Desmond Wareham. That's one of those junior defensive linemen. All the defensive linemen on the front for Douglas County are juniors.
And those guys are pretty big.
Yep.
Another inside handoff to Morissette. Looks like it may have got away with the hold, but
Taking the ball over the left side.
what a good game.
7, Jamarcus Morissette.
It's like Chapel Hill's back to mixing it up a little bit, which was effective for them in the first half. Throwing those little short passes and then running the ball a little more.
Hey, I tell you what, the Morissette guy started off a little shaky, but he's looking pretty good right now.
Yep.
Got some good size on him for a running back, and that little collision that just happened right in front of me was pretty nifty.
Yeah, he's a little bigger kid than Trey Mitchell.
Yeah, and he's looking to run somebody over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what class he is, but I can only assume that he's younger and just had the jitters.
Carrying the ball once again, 27. Jamarcus Morissette. Tripped up by number 4, Stanley Jones. That run was good enough for Chapel Hill Panthers. First down.
Well, the chains are moving. That's good news for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Fred, this is Trey Mitchell still on the ground down here about the 45-yard line. On the sidelines. I think they're still working on his cramps.
That is.
Yep. Got a little slant pattern here to number 2, and it's incomplete. A little double coverage there. And number 10 for Douglas County's got a cramp, so he's going to run to the sidelines.
Ball's incomplete.
Oh, no, he's shaking off.
Jermaine Burrows.
He says,
Oh,
no,
he said he's okay. Nope. So both sides feeling the cramps from the heat here tonight. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Hand off to Morissette up the middle.
27, Jamarcus
For a good gain,
Morissette.
about 4 to 5 yards.
Yeah, gets it inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 6.
By number 18 for the Tigers.
So is this 4th down territory, or do you put points on the board and get your kicker?
No.
Get your kicker involved.
Well, I think it's 4th down territory.
All right, so here we go. 3rd and 4, handoff to Morissette again.
Gets it down to about the 3-yard line.
Looks like that's good enough for a first down.
27, Jamarcus Morissette on the carry. Brought down by number 21 for the Tigers.
That's going to be 1st and goal for Chapel Hill.
That carry was good enough for a Panther. 1st down.
All right, so they can smell the end zone.
Yeah, I think they got Trey Mitchell back up now. He's still limping around, though. It's still not looking like he's 100%.
Yeah,
but Morissette is doing a pretty good job filling in. He's giving Douglas County a different look, and they haven't quite made the adjustment just yet.
Tries to ram it in, and
he's
it's
in.
Good.
Touchdown, Chapel Hill. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Well, they changed the scheme up a little bit, went back with their original play call, and it was successful.
Yeah, and they gave him a different look. Like I said, that Morissette is just a different back. He is running north and south, and it has been effective against this Douglas County team. They look like they just, it's caught him off guard, and he's been quite successful right now.
We have an injury, it looks like. Nigel Hale's getting assisted off the field.
That's a cramp. Yeah, they're going to kick it. Yeah, so the extra point by Danny Williams is successful. So that cuts the lead to 43-7. 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's something to build on. That was a great drive.
Yeah, great drive. Started on the 20-yard line.
So 80 yards.
80-yard drive here in the 3rd quarter.
You really can't complain about that. Nope.
Guys, the difference, Chapel Hill protected the ball this go-around. I think on just about every offensive stance they've had, they've looked good early in the play calling, but at some point or another they made a costly turnover. So they haven't been looking bad. There's just the turnovers have been killing them.
Yeah, and I tell you what you might do, Fred. Trey Mitchell does not have his helmet. You might come down here and have a chat with him. I think he may be done. He's down here about the 40-yard line. All right, so Danny Williams is going to tee it up, kick it off for Chapel Hill. 24, Anthony Garner.
All right, so ball's teed up, and it's onside kick.
Great play. Fielded by number 15, Rashad Stanley.
So it gives Douglas County great field position again, once again at the 50-yard line. So I don't know if you're better off with a sneak attack onside kick or just prepared, strategic.
It's a tough play to be successful.
You're right, Bennett. It has to be a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, all of that stuff mixed in, and a great kick. And the defense, or rather the receiving team, just has to be slightly back and off of the heels. Just a lot of things have to work for that onside kick to work.
So a handoff inside. He's got the outside.
And that is a new running back.
Shake and bake by Wanye Smith.
Junior running back.
We had a little bit of taste of Wanye last year in the Paulding County game. He showed some good things last year.
We got a new quarterback in there. Jared Askew was the junior quarterback, number 5. So Douglas County playing some different athletes.
Bennett, it looks like they're going to start resting those starters just a little bit. See some new numbers out there and some fresh legs. But that could spell trouble for Chapel Hill.
Well, Askew looks like he's got a little speed to him. He's a little lefty.
Was number 5, Jared Askew. Mr. Holder's holding against.
Like it's going to be holding against Douglas County. It's going to back them up. Be 1st and 25. Unless it's a 5-yard hold. Let's see.
Get your tickets out for the 50-50 drawing. We have a winner. The ticket number you're looking for, 652-145. 652-145. Check your 50-50 tickets.
Like a 10-yard holding penalty, so it's going to be 1st and 20.
So we have Askew, and who's the running back now?
Number 20.
Wanye
Smith. The junior running back. That's a bad snap.
Askew picks up the bad snap, brought down by number 34, Brandon Brooks.
So brings up 3rd and a mile.
2nd and a mile. But you are correct.
Oh, 2nd and a mile. I apologize.
I'm going to call it 2nd and 40.
652-145. 652-145. You can pick up your winnings at the press box, but you got to have your ticket with you.
2 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Douglas County 43, Chapel Hill Panthers 7 from Chapel Hill Stadium. CDTV broadcasting. Bennett Oliver alongside Miko Bursic, Fred Perry down on the sidelines.
Carrying the ball for the Tigers is number 20.
Stevie Jones, our engineer, pulling up all the stats available tonight.
Yeah, I think he answered all my questions. He did a great job tonight.
Doing a great job here. He still hasn't got back with us about that score clock.
Brings up a 3rd down and 30.
The play clock?
The play clock, yeah.
Bennett, was that on me or was that on Steve?
That was on Steve.
I sort of figured.
Well, shake and bake and brought down for about a 3-yard gain. Going to bring up 4th and about 27. Let's see if Cerna can kick it that far. I'd give him a shot. Yep. Why not? You got a pretty decent sized lead.
He's gonna try it. He's got the tee out.
Down coming out for field goal, number 95.
It is going to be a 48-yarder by Juan Cerna.
It's a 38-yard attempt.
Looks like we have 0 wind. So this is going to be 100% Cerna if successful. And the snap. The kick. And it's
good. 48-yarder.
Wow. He will definitely be kicking on Saturday.
He's impressive.
That was a great
Definitely be kicking on Saturday. He looks pretty good on that one.
48-yarder with plenty of distance.
Yeah.
And right through the uprights.
By Juan Cerna.
So would that have been good from 58?
I don't think 58, but I guarantee you we've been over 50. Just a junior.
Then I asked one of the officials about the play clock, and he said that now they are wearing them on their belts. So he showed me a play clock that he has on his belt that is synchronized with the scoreboard here. So.
And what is the length of the play clock?
I think it's 25 seconds.
25 seconds.
I think it's 25 or 35 seconds.
For another 50-50 ticket winner. Look at your ticket. 652-127. If you're holding 50-50 raffle ticket, 652-127. Come to the press box, pick up your winnings.
Don't know if I agree with that. I like to look at the play clock.
Well, that's what it was an advantage for the players.
Absolutely.
That's why they put it between the goalposts. So I don't know why they took it off.
If I was a player, I'd definitely like to look at it.
Yeah.
It'd be definitely an advantage. So Cerna's legs not getting tired as he kicks it to the back of the end zone. Wow. Once again.
I tell you, that's an impressive spot, bright spot for Douglas County. They have certainly got a kicker for the next 2 years. So it looks like number 27, Jamarcus Morissette, is going back out for the running back. as we do see Trey Mitchell still standing on the sidelines without his helmet, so he must be experiencing some cramps. And we will.
Yeah, he's cramping up, and guys, they don't like us to talk to the players while the game is going on. So I'll let him relax right now. But Morissette is filling in and doing more than a good job. Like I said, he's giving them a different look, and he's still being successful out there. Scored on the last drive. Let's see what he can do here.
Yeah, he's definitely more of a north-south runner.
Clock's running down, 25 seconds left here in the third quarter.
All right, they need to work on putting points on the board in consecutive drives, get a little bit of momentum.
It's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Brett Roberts throws into double coverage. Got 4 seconds left. Now, I tell you, Fred, a 48-yard field goal with a 43-7 lead, that doesn't make that handshake at the end of the game any friendlier.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Well, the handshake before the game wasn't friendly, so.
Well, you know, I hope he was just doing that for Juan's sake, because that's
yeah, 48-yarders, pretty good to put on your resume.
Yeah.
Can't help that you're trying to get the kid some looks.
Oh, good catch there by number 44.
Second sidelines are looking for a little extra something at the end of the play.
Yep.
Well, looks like just a little bit of honest football to me.
Looks like Douglas County has put some new players in on defense, resting their starters, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Douglas County leading 46-7.
You know, I'm impressed with Douglas County. They brought a pretty good crowd with them tonight, and they're still here packing out the bleachers.
Stands are full. Chapel Hill's got a good representation also.
The band over there at Douglas County seems happy. They're dancing around, having a great time.
Yep. Guys, I don't know what exactly is going on, but Coach Pastrick and one of the officials is just getting into it. Look like the frustration is starting to boil over down here.
There was a little extra curricular activity after that play there right in front of the Chapel Hill sidelines between a Douglas County player, and they failed to throw the flag. So that's
okay.
He was probably having some kind of explaining the rule to him, if I had to guess. All right, so first down for Chapel Hill.
We got some new defensemen in for the Douglas County Tigers.
Yeah, looks like we got a whole new team as far as defensive players. Looks like a little procedure maybe on Chapel Hill. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. He's going to back them up. I think that was on the wide receiver.
It's like number 44.
Either 44 or number 2. Either way, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Bring up 1st and 15.
All right. Signal the clock to keep moving. We have 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go. It's like Chapel Hill needs to huddle up and get a little more organized.
I think down 46-7 here, you're going to see them go after these new defensive backs for Douglas County because they need points in a hurry.
It was a good-looking play. Good for about 15 yards for a first down.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen Keegan Moody handle the ball for Chapel Hill. I think he's going to pick up around 12 yards. A little halfback pass, going to bring up 2nd and 3. Been blocking most of the night, so it's good to get him an opportunity to run with the ball.
So another first down by Chapel Hill, or I apologize, 2nd and short. I was reading the scoreboard, I was misinformed.
Yeah, so straight up the middle, 27. With a good run, going to be a first down.
On the carry, number 27, Jamarcus Morissette.
Now it's first down for Chapel Hill and Mr. Morissette.
Donovan Richardson.
Crossing midfield. Drops back, airs it out to a wide
Got a
open.
man wide open. Just overthrows him.
He put a little loft underneath it. Sort of thinned it. I think if he hit his pitching wedge, he would have had him.
Yeah, showed a little arm that time. Brett Mitchell did. Or excuse me, Brett Roberts did. Quarterback for Chapel Hill.
Do not forget that if you are a car rider and you need to make a phone call home, go ahead and do it now. Tell whoever's picking you up to pick you up in the front of the school. Do not pick up at the stadium. You're to walk to the front of the school building, be picked up there in the car rider lane. Do not get picked up back here at the stadium. It's too much congestion.
That brings up a 2nd and 10 for Chapel Hill. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Looks like a rush, quick pass.
Oh, great play.
5-yard loss. That was a great play.
Pass completed, number 7, M.J. Rooker.
Solomon Green.
It's always nice as a youngster to get an opportunity and step in and make a great play.
Yeah, junior defensive back for Douglas County. Great play. Looks like a 5-yard loss, 4-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down, 14.
Brings up a 3rd down, 15 for the Panthers.
So it looks like Douglas County is going to start their new season, or their new era, I guess, with their new uniforms, their new helmets, their new coach, and starting off with a victory.
Guys, I just asked the physical therapist, was Trey Mitchell done for the game? And he said he couldn't answer it right now, but all intent and purposes, I think he just might be done for the night. He's still trying to stretch those hamstrings out, and so he may be done for the night.
Well, both these coaches are certainly used to winning. Coach Respert coming from Northside Warner Robins, one of the best programs in the state of Georgia as far as football. He was there for many years, went to the state championship for 2 years, won it 1 year as a head coach, or excuse me, as an assistant coach. Now he has an opportunity to be a head coach here at Douglas County High School.
He's going to be brought down for about a 4-yard loss.
Robert sack could be a turnover on down.
Turn it over on down, so he is certainly used to winning, and I have a feeling he's not going to take anything less than turning this Douglas County program back into a winning program.
Well, and you got to think about they got a short week because of the holiday to prepare for next Saturday's game.
Right.
I'm not sure who they have on their schedule, but whenever you run into a short week after playing a game with a lot of mistakes, that short week's going to become a hard, long week.
5-8-4.
Absolutely.
5-3. Douglas County sets out 1st down and 10.
So a fumble by Wanye, recovered by
Douglas County.
Jermaine Burrows, maybe.
Looks like we've got a 3rd string quarterback in for Douglas County. That's number 19, Justin Montgomery. He's a junior quarterback for Douglas County.
Next winner, 5-8-4, 5-5-7. 5-8-4, 5-5-7. Brings up a 2nd down and 13 for the Tigers.
Now Jared Askew is going to go back at the quarterback.
He takes the snap, decides to keep it. Just
number 5.
Playing a little bit of safe football, mistake-free. Just hold on to the ball, let the clock run, and
for the Panthers, Akil Shaw.
Get on the bus.
Yep, go back to Douglas County. Clock running under 6 minutes to go. 46-7. Probably not what either coach expected here tonight coming into this game.
And I didn't expect it either after having watched the first couple drives. He's tackled by his neck.
Number 19 on the carry.
neck, helmet, or something, but it was legal according to the official.
I've seen that move once before on WWF.
584-532. Come collect your winnings at the left of the press box.
So that's going to bring up a 4th and 12. Looks like we're going to let Juan, we're not going to let him try a 68-yarder, but we're going to let him punt.
I mean, this is practice too. Try to pin him inside the 20.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're given the situation, you need to work on it.
Migo, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking that coach is working on every aspect of his team's game here, and getting the guys who normally wouldn't play, getting them some field time. Excellent punt, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna go right at the 10-yard line.
So he's getting these guys who normally wouldn't get any time, getting them out on the field, getting them a piece of Chapel Hill tonight.
You need to tell whoever's coming to get you to pick you up at the front of the school, and you need to make those phone calls now. The clock will not stop.
So Cerna's kicked a lot of the kickoffs in the end zone, one of which was returned and brought to the 10-yard line, and he pinned one punt inside the 5-yard line and another punt at the 10. So I think Cerna's did a pretty exceptional job today.
48-yard field goal.
Oh, I forgot
to
about
add to
that.
his resume also. So,
Yeah.
Yep. I think he's missed one extra point. One got blocked. So I would say he's had a heck of a night.
Roberts' pass ball is incomplete, intended for number 2, Rico Flemister.
And one thing we haven't talked about is how disciplined this Douglas County team has been. They haven't had a lot of penalties.
I don't think they've had a defensive penalty, have they?
I don't know.
A couple holdings on the offense, and
so a well-disciplined team, well-coached team by this new head coach. So that's something you like to see, especially in the first game of the season.
Another quick pass leads them.
There's a pass interference.
Flags fall on the play. Roberts' pass ball is incomplete, intended to number 2, Rico Flemister.
Let him a little too much. I'm not sure if the hold would have made him catch the ball anyway, but he's guilty.
And we did mention that Chapel Hills is playing a 6A opponent, and it will get easier for them. But I will say, it will not get easier for Douglas County.
You are correct.
They have moved up to 6A classification. They play Northside Warner Robins, and they have a very tough schedule this year. So they have played a very good game here tonight, but they have but they have the toughest schedule that Douglas County High School has ever played in their school history. So they've got their work cut out for them tonight. They have showed a lot tonight, but they're going to have a tough year. And
Roberts' pass ball is incomplete, intended for number 7, M.J. Rookard.
But saying that, they did play the number 3 team in the state last weekend in a scrimmage game at Douglas County, and they held their own. I mean, I think they lost by 12, 13 points. Carrollton went for it on 4th down a couple of times, and they scored one time where they got 7 of their points. So, I mean, they were impressive against Carrollton last weekend. And so, we'll see how Douglas County plays out this year. They've got a good coach. Looks like they've got some athletes, 25 seniors on the team, and they've certainly played well here tonight.
I agree with everything you just said, Bennett. They got a tough road ahead of themselves, and this is a warm-up game for them. Hopefully they can become more in sync. Coach just got doused with the Gatorade.
Yeah, his first Gatorade bath, it looks like, for Coach Respert over on the sidelines. One of many, we hope. So 1 minute and 38 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Chapel Hill's trying to run out the clock.
Nope, seems to have lost his running back.
Yep, running back went the wrong way. Quarterback has nowhere to go. We just hope nobody got hurt in the process. Quarterback Brett Roberts is getting up slow.
Have an official timeout.
Guys, they are not letting up on Brett Roberts. He just kind of slid down, and one of the Douglas County linemen gave him a little shoulder. So he is feeling it right now.
Yep, backup quarterback number 12. It's like Logan Johnstone is coming in to wrap this game up for Chapel Hill.
Yeah, and the Douglas County Tigers, they played a great game. Their first string played an excellent game tonight. Hopefully they can continue that into next week and the rest of the season. And I hope that they continue their hard work and just aren't content with a one victory to open up the season and think that they just have to show up.
Well, I don't think the new head coach is going to let them be content. I think the program that he's been at, Northside Warner Robins, that's not their style. They go for championships, and I don't think he's going to expect any less from this team. So,
Alex Frazier.
Fred, you going to go try to catch the winning coach after the game?
I'm going to go over there and see if I can't get a hold of him. He's probably going to be over there celebrating, so probably have to dig through a few players to get to him.
Yeah. I'll have to ask him about that Gatorade bath.
Logan Johnstone.
Did they just give it to him?
Oh, yeah, he got it.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be the last play of the game as the clock winds down. And that's going to do it.
Yep, so the game is over with the Douglas County Tigers 46 and your Chapel Hill Panthers 7. They must have taken that game last year to heart.
I would say they worked on it all summer long, 2-a-days, and they were reminded about it. And they had a purpose when they came here. And they took care of Chapel Hill.
All right, Fred, looks like you got a barricade right there.
Yep, he's coming straight at you, Fred. All right, so we're going to throw it down to Fred Perry. He's got Coach Jason Respert.
All right, Jason. Jason, welcome to Douglas County. I hear you're a first-year coach here. How's it looking so far? You guys were looking pretty good tonight.
I'm going to tell you, I praise God for our coaching staff. I praise God for our administration, our faculty, and our kids. We got a special thing about to go on at DC.
Okay.
Our kids have busted their tails all summer, all off season long, and this is the result of hard work. And it's everybody involved.
Yeah. Well, it looked like it was a total domination tonight. You guys looked pretty good on both sides of the football.
I'm going to tell you, our guys were ready for the challenge.
Okay.
Chapel Hill was the county champions. We told our kids all week long, that's the spot we want.
Okay.
We want to be the best team and the best program in this county year in and year out, and we're going to do the work and put in the work that puts us in that position.
Okay, I was here at that last game last year, and the guys kind of came back, got out of halftime, and they lost that lead and eventually lost the game. Was that on the guys' mind tonight?
I'm going to tell you, our guys were focused on the new DC.
Mm-hmm.
The past, we respect the past. We've learned a lot of lessons watching film from the past. But our guys, I'm going to tell you, I praise God for their effort and the way they've responded to this coaching staff that has really, really pushed them to be the best DC Tiger team they can be.
Okay, Coach, you said the new DC Tigers. Explain that.
We're trying to get it back the way DC has always had it. DC has always been the best team in this county. We're going to continue to work our tails off to be the best team year in and year out in this county.
All right, Coach, welcome to Douglas County and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Back to you guys.
Fred, I'm not going to lie. Coach Respert, he made me want to go dig up my old cleats and my helmet, go hit somebody.
Hey, that guy is intense, I tell you that much. He is intense, and he means the new Douglas County. Yep. This guy's going to have a new focus. He and his wife are here right here with the children. They look like they're bringing a nice family atmosphere to Douglas County, and the guys look good tonight. They look focused. They look like they are responding to the coaching staff, and that might bode well for the Douglas County Tigers.
Well, I think he said it best. He wants to forget the past, and he wants to get Douglas County back to what they used to be, and certainly they were the cream of the crop in the county, and they took a big step of doing that tonight by defeating Chapel Hill here at Chapel Hill Stadium.
Absolutely, he is really looking to bring Douglas County back to prominence, and tonight was a good step in that direction.
Yep, they were disciplined throughout the game today.
Absolutely. Excellent game tonight. Wasn't as competitive as we thought it was going to be, but good nonetheless. Good to see some Douglas County schools knocking heads on the football field, of course. And the new Douglas County Tigers have won tonight.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for City TV Sports. For Bennett Oliver, my broadcast partner Miko Bursich, and Fred Perry down on the field, so long, and we'll see you next time.
Stay classy, Douglasville.